The galaxy first judged humans by what they saw. Soft skin. No claws, no fangs. No armor at the Interstellar Academy. Humans looked weak, easy to ignore, easy to underestimate. But humans had one. Strange habit, they were kind at the worst possible. Time, they smiled at dangerous faces. They helped people who scared everyone else. And sometimes, they fed predators. Arya Solon learned this in the academy. Cafeteria. It was a cold morning. Under the glass dome, students from many worlds filled the room. Most sat in groups. Most stayed with their own kind. At the far wall, one student sat alone. His name was Kale. He was Vark, even as a cub. Kale looked terrifying. He was tall, broad shoulders, dark, fur-sharp teeth, golden eyes that watched everything. A food tray sat in front of him. He did not touch it. The academy served the same meal to everyone. For herbivores, it was bad. For carnivores, it was worse. Gray protein paste. Nutrient. Blocks, no smell, no real taste. Kale stared at it with disgust. Then he pushed the tray away. His stomach growled. The sound was deep and heavy. Students nearby froze. One student quickly left the table. Kale lowered his ears. That was the moment Arya noticed. Not the teeth, not the claws. The ears. He looked lonely. Arya knew that look. She felt the same way when she first arrived. People stared at her too. Not because she was dangerous. Because she was different. Arya looked at her lunch. She had packed food from home. A warm wrap with chicken and peppers, fresh fruit, a small cup of spicy yogurt sauce. She opened the box, then closed it. A classmate behind her whispered, "Do not do it." Arya asked, "Do what the classmate said." Walk over there. Arya looked at Kale. Again, he was still alone, still hungry. She picked up one wrap and stood. The room grew quiet. People saw where she was going. A few students stopped eating. A few stared in shock. Kale looked up at once. His eyes locked on Arya. She felt fear. She kept walking step by step. She crossed the cafeteria. She stopped near his table, not too close, just close enough to speak. Arya raised the wrap a little. She said, "Your food looks terrible." Blinked. Then he looked at his tray. His voice was low and rough. "It is academy food. All academy food is terrible." A few students gasped. Arya almost smiled. She held out the wrap. "This is better," she said. "Cow chicken, peppers, and too much spice. You can try it if you want." Kale did not take it. He looked at the food, then at her face, then at her hand. "Know what I am?" he said. Arya nodded. "Yes." Kale stared at her. "You still offer food?" "Yes." Why? That was the real question. Not, "What is this?" Not, "Is it safe?" Why? Arya answered honestly. "Because you look lonely." Kale did not move. Arya continued. You look like I did when I first came here, like you were trying not to show it." The cafeteria was silent. Kale slowly reached forward. He kept his claws half closed. He took the wrap carefully. His hand was warm. He lifted the food and smelled it. His face changed. He took one bite, then another. His eyes widened. Arya asked, "Too spicy?" Kale swallowed. "No." He looked down at the wrap. "Tastes real." His voice was softer now. "In Vark culture, food given by hand means something." Arya gave a small nod. "On Earth, it means something too, at least when someone is hungry." Kale looked at her for a long moment, then he lowered his head. A small bow, a sign of respect. "Kale of Runepack," he said. "Why? Well, remember this, Arya smiled. Arya Solon. Human bad at math for the first time. Kale made a sound close to a laugh. Arya returned to her seat. No one spoke to her after that. By evening, she thought the moment was over. She was wrong. The next morning, Arya walked into class with her. It's coffee and datapad. She stopped at the door. Her usual seat was in the third row by the window today. No one sat near it, no one even stood near it, because 7 Vark adults were around it. They were huge, scarred, silent. They stood like guards. The whole class was packed on the other side of the end room. No one looked calm. Kale was sitting in a rice seat the moment he saw her. He stood up fast. His chair scraped the floor. One of the Vark adults stepped forward. She was the largest, gray fur, one blind eye, old battle scars. On her face, she placed a fist on her chest. Her translator turned on. Vara Shield, mother of Runepack. Arya almost dropped her. Coffee? High Kale looked embarrassed. Sent a message home? He said. Arya stared at him. You sent a message home, Kale. Nodded. Vara spoke again. Our young came here alone. He expected fear. He expected distance. He expected to eat without pack. Vara looked directly at a YA. He did not expect kindness. The room stayed silent. No one moved. Vara lifted one hand toward Kale. In our law, when a hungry cub is fed by hand, he is not just fed, he is seen, he is not alone. Then Vara looked back at Arya. You gave him pack honor. Arya blinked. I gave him lunch, Vara answered in a calm voice. To your people? Yes, to ours. No, you told a lonely cub he mattered. Runepack answers that gift. The 7 Vark moved at the same time. They opened a clear path to Arya's seat. Arya walked forward slowly. She sat down. Her hands shook a little. Kale sat in the seat beside her, not in her. Seat beside her, like a friend. When Professor Denari entered the room, he froze. He looked at the Vark guards, then at Arya, then at Kale. He stepped back into the hall, then came in. Again, nothing changed. Class began. No one bothered. Arya that day. No one mocked her. No. One pushed past her. No one touched her seat. At lunch, Kale sat with her. 2 Vark adults stood nearby. Arya and Kale shared food and argued about spice. Kale said humans use spice as a weapon, Arya said. Vark had no right to complain. By the end of the week, the whole academy knew the story. Some said Arya had tamed a predator. That was not true. Arya did not tame anyone. She fed someone who was lonely. That was all. But in a place built on fear. That mattered. The Vark did not protect because she was strong. They protected her because she was kind when kindness had a cost. Months later, Academy reports called it a cultural turning point. Teachers called it a trust event. Diplomats called it a breakthrough. Arya called it lunch. Kale called it the day everything changed. Years later, at graduation, they stood under the academy. Banners. Kale wore formal pack, armor. Arya wore human white dress uniform. Kale leaned down and spoke quietly. Still owe me one, Arya smiled. One what? Kale bared his teeth in a Vark smile. It wrapped the spicy one, the one that started all this. Arya laughed. It was just food, Kale. Looked at the crowd around them. Humans VAR. KH. Many. Species. Standing together. He said, it was a beginning after that. Every new student at the academy learned the same lesson about humans. Humans may look weak. Humans may look soft. But if a human offers you food, think carefully before you say no, because one small act of human kindness can change your life. And if you are lucky, it can make you part of something bigger than fear. Asterisk kindness changed everything in this story. Subscribe to Neon Cub Tales for more emotional and powerful HFY stories. Like, share, and comment to help this story grow.